Welcome, everybody, to today's live stream. I hope you're all doing well. So, we do have some Tangem wallet updates along with some big deals that they're running. So, I'm going to go over that in this live stream. Of course, as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, just drop them in the chat. It doesn't even have to be about Tangem necessarily, but anytime a good deal pops up or when there's certain updates, big updates for wallets, I am going to do my best to share that with you because I believe that is extremely valuable. So let's get straight into it. And everything that I'm talking about, you can also find links to and in the description of this live stream. So just know that. But I'll get right into it. So there is a new update for the Tangem app. It was released yesterday. It's version 5.28. And as you can see, there's a couple different things that this update includes. And I'll go over some of the really cool ones with you and kind of how they work here in a second. Now, the last time I mentioned an update, people had questions like they didn't see the update in the App Store. This update is available for everyone on iOS and Android mobile devices. This picture that you see on the screen is a screenshot of the actual App Store on my phone. I had already updated the app. If you have already updated the app, like if you have automatic updates turned on your device, you're not going to see an update button. It'll just say open. However, if you don't have automatic updates turned on, the open button will say update. And all you have to do is tap that update button. And if you want to check which version of app you're running, just open up your Tangem app, then tap the settings, which is the three little dots, and then just scroll to the bottom of the screen and it'll tell you which version you're currently on. But the most recent version with these updates is 5.28. And I kind of went over some of these briefly last week. The first update is ENS support, which is Ethereum name service. And basically, you can just send and receive crypto using a memorable address. This is just for the Ethereum network. So, for example, tangem.eth. This is really only applicable for people who use the ENS name, which is, again, just a way to turn your long Ethereum address, which is like 42 digits, into a simple .eth name. The second update, and this is probably the biggest one with the 5.28, is a new feature called Send via Swap. And now you can send crypto across networks and get them automatically converted into the token. So you don't have to convert the token first and then send it to another person or to the exchange or whatever. You can do it all in one transaction. And this is actually, I went through the steps and took screenshots of each step so I could show you. So all you have to do is select whatever crypto you have in your wallet. Then you press the send button. That's step one. Then, obviously enter how much crypto you want to send. Then just select the convert to another token option. And then it's going to let you choose from a bunch of different tokens that you can swap to. And in this case, for this example, I chose USDC, but there's like a whole list of tokens you can choose to swap to. And then from there, you choose which network you want to send that crypto on. And then you obviously just enter the, the recipient's address. So for example, I was converting Solana into USDC on the Polygon network. So as you can see in step number 5, the address that I'm entering here is the receiving wallet address on the Polygon network. So it's super cool. It basically just makes everything a lot more seamless, which is really what Tangem is good at doing. And I haven't seen this feature on any other cold wallet, and I think it's an awesome update. They also, update number 3, which is kind of included in that, is they updated the send and receive page. So now when you go to like receive a crypto, for example, or copy your receiving address, you will get like a little warning stating only send ETH on the Ethereum network, for example. And this is really to help prevent people from making mistakes so that you're not sending crypto on the wrong address. Just kind of a nice reminder. And then of course, below that, you have your receiving address. So again, I think both of these updates or all these updates are really aimed at making the wallet more seamless and less likely that the user will make mistakes, which again is why Tangem is top of the game when it comes to crypto wallets. So again, all you have to do to get any new features on a Tangem wallet is update. Just update your Tangem app. You never have to update the cards. You just update the app on your phone, just like updating any other app. And something else I want to talk about before I get to the deals is I've noticed a lot of people are getting their wallets drained, and they all have one or maybe two main things in common. And these are just a couple screenshots that I took from people that I saw on Twitter. Like, as you can see, this was posted today. Cupsy, who apparently is a popular trader, I don't know who it is, but apparently some people do, got drained for $500,000. Another person that I found got drained for $20,000. And then another person for $15,000. And then a few, I think last week, this is one of the most popular drains. Alex Choi, who is another crypto YouTuber, was drained for $996,000. Now, the thing that they all have in common, first and foremost, is they keep their crypto on hot wallets. Right? It's like, what are you doing keeping especially that large amount of crypto on a hot wallet? The second thing they're doing is they're connecting their wallets to external websites, and they're signing transactions. That's how their wallets get drained. And to be clear, the same thing could happen when you're using a cold wallet. And that's why when I teach this stuff, I tell everyone, have one dedicated wallet for interacting with, external websites, and keep a very small amount of crypto on there, just enough for what you need for the transaction, and keep the rest in your cold wallet. And your cold wallet doesn't touch any websites. You just send and receive to your cold wallet, and you can use the native swap and buy features in the cold wallet app. But other than that, that's the only thing you use your cold wallet for. Interesting. So I do want to go over the deals, but for some reason, the deals are not in my slideshow. So now I got to go back and let me download the deals so I can show those to you. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I see what I did. I see what I did here. I skipped the deals, which is the best part. So anytime I post deals, I just want to let you guys know, I oftentimes don't know about the sales and deals in advance. The biggest advance that I get is usually a day before. So it's not like I'm hiding stuff from you guys or anything like that. And sometimes when I do know further ahead in advance, I can only share them when they tell me I can share them. But oftentimes the companies tell me the day before, and then that's when I post about it, pretty much right when I know about it. So if you just recently bought a wallet or something, and then you're upset that, there's a sale today, that's just kind of how sales work. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, just know that, there are going to be sales throughout the years. You can pretty much guarantee around the holidays, especially Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's, there's always going to be deals. So just know, if you miss a deal, there's probably always going to be another one. Most of the deals are going to be pretty similar. Black Friday is usually the best, but even throughout the year, these brands have really good deals. So Tangem is having a big sale. The first is on the Tangem Ring, which I actually don't talk about the Tangem Ring a lot, even though it's one of my favorite wallets. I just think it's pretty unique, and really only a certain type of crypto holder would want the Tangem Ring, but it works exactly the same as the cards. And you can see I'm wearing mine right now. I've had this one since it came out, and I've traveled to various countries with it. I've gone swimming with it. Still works perfectly today. I guess that with the first batches, there were some issues with quality control, but since then they have fixed those issues. So right now you can get 25% off the Tangem Ring, and all you have to do is enter 2 codes on the website. Again, the link to these deals are in the description. The first code is CYBERSCRILLA, that gets you 10% off. The second is 15 off ring, that gets you another 15% off. And it makes the total come out to $120. Plus, you get free shipping on any order over $89. So you also get free shipping. And again, when you buy a Tangem ring, it also comes with 2 cards. So you're basically getting, a 3 set. And they're also the most durable cold wallets on the market. So that's the first deal. If you want the ring, if you have questions about the ring, just drop them in the chat. Happy to, share my experience. And then also you can get 20% off the limited edition Tangem cards. So that's going to be Sundrop, which is the design furthest on the right here. Then the ramen cat design, which is obviously the one with the cats on it eating ramen. And then the Bitcoin design. The Bitcoin one is probably my favorite design out of these, for obvious reasons. I mean, it's Bitcoin. But the way you get that is when you go to the website, the 10% off these specific models or designs are already applied. And then all you have to do is add the code CYBERSCRILLA, and that gets you 20% off, or an additional 10% off, totaling 20%. So yeah, links to those deals and, what I just explained are in the description of this live stream. And that's about it. That's really all I wanted to share regarding the updates. So yeah, if you have any questions, definitely let me know. And I'm going to go check on the chat now and see what people are saying. This one was from way earlier. Code is for 10% off, but thanks anyways. That's because you're probably looking at a wallet that wasn't the limited edition one. If you go to the website and select any of those limited edition ones that I just mentioned, then add the code, it's 20% off. John Z says, hi, I own Tangem because of you. I trusted your expertise and hard work. Have you tried using Tangem Wallet with the Near mobile crypto app? You can't use, excuse me, you can't use Tangem with other crypto wallet apps. And I don't see why you'd want to. You wouldn't want to connect your Tangem Wallet to the Near mobile app. Everything you can do with the Near crypto app, you can do directly through the Tangem Wallet app. So there's really no reason to want to even connect it. You can buy, sell, swap, and stake crypto natively on the Tangem Wallet app. Austin asks, can quantum computers hack a Tangem if the keys to a coin are exposed when sending crypto from wallet to exchange to sell? I heard someone say sending out of the wallet has some brief exposure. Okay, it's a couple different questions there. So I'll answer the first one regarding quantum computing. So the worry when it comes to quantum computing isn't if it'll be able to hack crypto wallets. Crypto wallets just implement the blockchain technology that already exists. So the concern isn't if the wallet will be hacked. The concern is if the network will be hacked. If the network is compromised, like if the Bitcoin or Ethereum network was compromised, your wallets aren't protecting you because they just implement the technology from the network. So as long as the network is secure, quantum computing likely isn't going to affect the cold wallet. And most networks are already working on quantum proofing their networks. I don't think it's an immediate concern right now, maybe in the next 10 years. But of course, we're working towards quantum proofing everything, or at least apparently a lot of these developers are. So Matthew asked, what is the update for? I went over the updates. Hopefully you caught those. Jay's Bake says, Tangem has a great UI. Imagine when it gets iOS 26 Liquid Glass update. For sure, yeah, Tangem probably has the best UI out of any crypto wallet, even not just cold wallets, but crypto wallets. And yeah, I bet it would look super good on the Liquid Glass. Jay's also asked, selling from Tangem or send to exchange first? Personally, I don't buy or sell my crypto on Tangem. I'll use the swap function. The swap function is great. As far as buying and selling, I find the third-party fees to be a lot higher than if you just send to your preferred crypto exchange and sell there. So that's what I like to do. It's really not any extra work, and it doesn't take any extra time. I can send crypto from my Tangem wallet to Kraken, sell it for fiat, I can do that in a matter of minutes, and then I can have it in my bank account the same day if you do it before 2 p.m. Eastern time. Jay's also said, I accidentally touched a wallet in Tangem and a delete prompt came up. If that was accidentally pressed, would the wallet delete or would I have to scan card to delete? Usually, if you're doing any kind of action like that, like factory resetting your wallet or deleting anything, it's going to ask you to enter your access code if you have that feature enabled, uh, biometrics, and also scan your card. Almost everything you do requires scanning your card. The Talking Toucan says, "Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Lord, please bless him." Absolutely, definitely been praying for Charlie and his family. Um, yeah, very tragic what happened. So, Margaret says, "Blessing, CYBERSCRILLA." Thank you. Mo says, "Hi, any please on Tangem Pay?" Again, I'll whenever I get updates about Tangent Pay, you'll know about it. Otherwise, I'm going to keep telling you what I've been saying for the last 6 months, which is what we last heard from Tangem. It's expected to come out by the end of the year in select countries, Europe and the UK or something like that. Definitely Europe. It won't be available in the US for at least till sometime next year. We don't have a set date. That's all I know. August said he just updated his Tangem app now. Awesome. Yeah, like I think keeping your phone apps up to date is a good thing, guys. Not just Tangent Wallet, but all your apps should be up to date. What I realized when I started talking about the Tangent Wallet updates is a lot of people they don't even know how to update apps on their phone, which honestly blows my mind. But you should really be keeping your apps up to date. Not only do app updates introduce new like user interface or improved user interface features, but sometimes it can also be security updates. So you want to stay on top of your app updates. If you don't want to keep track of all the apps on your phone, you could consider turning on automatic app updates in your phone settings. Lisa Bradley says, "What critical security features need to be used for laptop before transferring crypto into Tangem wallet?" Um, I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. Um, you don't need to necessarily do anything specific to safely transfer crypto from your using your laptop to your Tangem wallet. There's really nothing to it. Just copy the receiving address from your Tangem wallet, paste it into whatever crypto exchange you're using or wallet to send the crypto, and you hit send. Obviously, just double check the address, make sure every character is correct. And if it's your first time sending crypto, if you've never done it before, I do recommend sending a smaller amount, like at least $20. That way, you know that you're doing it right. And if you do make a mistake or mess up, which a lot of wallets like Tangem and some crypto exchanges won't let you send crypto, if you're sending it on the wrong network or something. But I do recommend sending a small amount, and then once you build up your confidence and you're like, okay, the crypto's in my wallet, I'm good to go. You could send the rest. But really, just double check the address, and if it's your first time sending crypto, try sending a smaller amount first. And also realize that when you're sending crypto off an exchange to a cold wallet, it can take a lot longer than if you're just doing everything like from one crypto wallet to another, the way that exchanges work. So if your crypto doesn't show up immediately, you'll have to wait at least, sometimes it could be a few minutes. If you're sending crypto on a less efficient network like the Bitcoin network, it could take upwards of 1 hour. So don't freak out if it doesn't show up immediately. Give it at least a few minutes. If you're using a more efficient network, like Solana, it's usually just a few minutes. Ultra SSJ3 says, "You made determining which cold wallet to get super easy. Just got my Tangem. Thank you, Skrill." Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that I was able to help them make that decision easier. That is my goal. Anas Mustafa says, "I want to import seed phrase to my Tangem wallet. My wallet have multiple addresses for Ethereum. How will it be if I import into Tangem? So unfortunately, Tangem doesn't yet support multiple receiving addresses. So if you're importing a seed phrase that has multiple receiving addresses for one network like Ethereum, you're only going to see one network. So until that feature is released, your best option is to set up a completely new seed phrase using your Tangem wallet and transfer the crypto just to that one address. Crypto Chino says, yeah, I'm running 5.27 and I don't see an update option. Try like refreshing your app store or closing out of the app store and reopening it. Sometimes when I open the app store and I like search for Tangem and then I click into it, it'll say open. But if you sit there for like a couple seconds, it'll change to update. So yeah, that's what I'd recommend doing because the 5.28 is available for everyone. Elite Trainer says, I'm a ledger boy, but glad you're teaching people security. Yeah, I mean, there's, Tangem isn't for everyone. Ledger isn't for everyone. Everyone has their favorite, kind of like how some people, some people like desktop devices, some people like Mac, some people like Android devices, some people like iOS, which there's nothing wrong with that. So I appreciate you being here, though. August says, this is very, very cool and much needed. Yeah, if you're talking about like the update, especially that the send or the swap to send, I think it's a super cool update. Crypto Chino says it said my app was last updated August 29th. Well, the most recent update came out yesterday, September 15th, I believe. So yeah, you're not running the most recent app. Mickey says, sorry, not getting my finger cut off, talking about the Tangem ring, which doesn't really make any sense to me. Plenty of people wear rings and things like that. The Tangem ring, no one knows that this is a crypto wallet unless you tell them. There's no markings on the outside of it. I know at least 3 guys who wear wedding rings that look exactly like Tangem, this exact color. And it's just a normal ring. So there are literally millions of other rings that look exactly like Tangem. So unless you're going around telling people that this is your crypto wallet, no one's going to have a clue. So I don't get the whole, someone's going to cut off my finger for wearing a ring. A lot of people wear rings. It's no different. Also, to be clear, I've traveled to some pretty sketchy places with this. See how I still have my finger? So. Arun says, hi, Skrilla. Most of the features mentioned about Tangem are also present on the Ledger Live app. Yeah, I mean, for sure, like the ENS support is really supported by every wallet. I haven't seen the swap to send feature on any other wallet, but maybe I've just missed it. R says, do you have any opinions on advancements on AI and quantum computer potentially being a risk to blockchain and cold wallets? Are there any solutions? So I already covered this, but I have a video about quantum computing. If you just go to my channel or just type in quantum computers, CYBERSCRILLA on YouTube, you can watch that video. And I talk more about how quantum computing could affect cold wallets. But again, quantum computing would affect the blockchain network first. That's the main concern. The wallets are only as secure as the network. So if the network isn't secure, then the wallet's not going to be secure for that specific blockchain network. So again, the risk isn't will the wallet be secure? It's will the network that your crypto exists on be secure? Also, you have to think if it ever comes to quantum computing being able to hack a blockchain network, we have a lot more issues to worry about. Healthcare industry, the financial industry, military. Like if it gets to that point, there's going to be a lot of other issues. I think crypto would be like, kind of the least of the worries. That said, I think people are aware that, quantum computing is coming. It may come eventually. So they are working on quantum proofing networks. Let's see. I'm going to take a second and go to some of the super chats here that we've been getting. First one is from Bucks0341. I'm upgrading phones. What is the most secure process? For example, just delete Tangem app off old phone, then download the app and import wallet on new phone. A couple things. So first off, if you don't plan to use your Tangem app on your old phone, then yeah, just delete it. It doesn't hurt anything. Now, when it comes to getting accessing your Tangem wallet on your new phone, it's actually super easier than you don't have to import anything. You don't have to enter your seed phrase. Your wallet is already set up, and the key is stored on your Tangem card. So all you have to do to access your Tangem wallet on your new phone is download the Tangem app, open it up, scan one of your cards. It doesn't matter which one it is. Enter your access code, and that's it. You're into your new wallet. It's literally that easy. You could also run the app on. You could access your wallet on multiple phones, your old phone and your new phone, if for some reason you wanted to do that. But yeah, it's super easy. Just download the app, scan your card, enter your access code, and you are back in. And I appreciate the live chat. Thank you. Hopefully that answered your question. Mickey says, thanks for clearing that ring thing up for me. Love your channel. Yeah, for sure. And thank you for your generosity. But yeah, the ring thing, that's like the most common thing I've heard about the Tangem ring is, well, I don't want to get my finger chopped off. First off, even if someone wanted to steal your ring, whether it's a Tangem ring or a normal ring, they don't have to chop your finger off. You can, here you go, take my ring. The other thing is, if someone were to get a hold of your Tangem ring, they're not going to be able to access your wallet. They would need to know your access code, right? But again, unless you're going around telling people that this is a crypto wallet, no one's going to have any clue. But this is one of the best wallets, in my opinion, for traveling. I mean, next to the cards themselves, which, they're just super discreet and they're the most durable wallets on the market. And again, when you buy a ring, you get 2 Tangem cards. So for 25% off for those, I think it's a great deal right now. But yeah. And KNBA69 donated $4.99. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Okay, back to the live chat here. LT man checking in from Chi-Town. Let's see, that was a while ago. Don't know what you missed. There were a couple of updates. If you're just tuning in, there's a new app update. Just go to your app store, update your Tangem app, and you'll get access to new features. And then Tangem is running some massive deals right now. You get 25% off the Tangem ring plus free shipping. And you also you can get 20% off the limited edition card designs. The details and links to both of those deals are in the description of this live stream if you want more information, or just rewatch the first 5 minutes of this live stream later and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Arun says, can you please explain about the additional passphrase on top of the 24-word seed phrase for the ledger and how to do it? So a passphrase is an additional word or phrase you can add to your cold wallet, and this creates a completely new wallet. It's basically like having a new seed phrase, and it gives you its own receiving addresses and everything. So to access your hidden wallet, also known as a passphrase wallet, also known as a 25th word seed phrase, to access that specific wallet, you need both the seed phrase and the passphrase combined. And the reason for this is, like, even if your seed phrase, like your 24-word seed phrase, were compromised, like someone got it, they won't be able to access your hidden wallet or your passphrase wallet because, again, they need the passphrase and the seed phrase. As far as enabling it, like on Ledger, you just, off the top of my head, it's hard to show you without actually showing you, but you could probably just Google it and it'll break down the steps. But you literally just enable it and then you enter your passphrase. Actually, I could probably show you on this, but you just enter what you want your passphrase to be on your wallet, and it'll just set it up, and you can access it that way. So let me go here into my Ledger Flex. So like you can see here on screen. Oh, maybe not. Sorry, I'm using my computer for the camera and it's not the best. But right here it says set passphrase. Um, so you want to tap that, and then that's one way you can enable it. But you can set up an unlimited number of passphrases for your wallet. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. You just kind of have to go through the steps and do it. It's very straightforward. You just enable it, enter what you want your passphrase to be, and you have a new wallet you can access using that passphrase. So yeah. Papa Don says, is it possible to have a seed phrase and the chip? I worry about electronic failure. So yeah, when you get the Tangem wallet, when you set it up, it displays the seed phrase for you temporarily so that you can write it down. So not only is it stored on the secure element chip inside the card, but you can create as many physical copies of the seed phrase as you want, and you should. My recommendation is don't write it down on a piece of paper because, I mean, paper burns. If you get it wet, you're screwed. I use a metal seed phrase plate like this one. This is the Keystone Tablet Plus. This stores 124-word seed phrase. You can just type in Keystone Tablet Plus on Google and the website will pop up. And if you use my code CYBERSCRILLA, you get like 8% off. Or just go to Amazon and type in crypto wallet metal plate and they'll pop up. And these plates, there's a lot of different kinds, but they come with all the tools you need to basically put your seed phrase into the plate. They don't do it for you, obviously, because you're not supposed to share your seed phrase. But yeah, when you set up your Tangem wallet, the first thing that pops up is it'll say create wallet, and below that it'll say other options. You want to hit other options. Don't hit create wallet. You hit other options, and then under those options you'll have like generate seed phrase, import seed phrase. You want to hit the generate seed phrase, and that'll create a brand new seed phrase for you that you'll be able to write down. Okay, we got a couple more super chats here from Arun. Thank you for all the valuable information given by you. I've learned a lot from you. Big thanks and my token of appreciation. Thank you so much. Arun has been on like every live stream that I've been doing these past few weeks, asking really good questions. So yeah, I appreciate all the good questions and thank you for your generosity. KNBA, appreciate you again for the donation. If Tangem doesn't provide privacy support, will the wallet implement BIP 32, BIP 44 functionality to generate new Bitcoin addresses for each transactions? So spending can't be traced to a single reused address. So Tangem, it is on their roadmap that they are going to implement the ability to generate multiple receiving addresses. They also have another feature coming out that will give you the same result, basically, that will allow you to have different accounts. I don't know much about it, and I can't say much about it, even if I did, because I don't know the full scope of it. But there are two new features. The one that you're talking about will come out eventually, and then another one. But yes, you will be able to generate multiple receiving addresses, not just for Bitcoin, but for Ethereum, Solana, other networks as well. Pretty much everyone has been waiting for this update for a while now. I don't know why it takes them so long to implement it. I'm assuming it is a priority. They know it's a priority. I don't know what it takes to implement something like that specifically for the Tangem wallet. I'm not a developer. I'm not a coder. But the feature is coming soon. And I recently asked, my connection at Tangem, when the heck is this coming? She said she doesn't have a set date. However, they're releasing another feature that will give similar results before that feature that should be coming a lot sooner. Once I have more information about that, you're going to be the first to know. So I hope that answered your question, and thank you again for the super chat. Okay, Rob Leone, dear customer, thank you for the video. We have received numerous reports from our users about scanning issues, specifically on the iPhone 14 Pro, Pro Max, iPhone 15 Pro. Okay, so that, Rob, looks like that was a message from Tangem. Okay. I don't quite know what to tell you. I will say That I don't know how true that is because I have an iPhone 15 Pro right here. This is what I use every day. I've been using it with my Tangem wallet since I got the phone, like at the beginning of the year. So I have not had any issues using my Tangem wallet with my iPhone 15 Pro. I know I've seen other subscribers on the channel who use anywhere from the 12 to the 16, and they reported that they are using their wallet without issues as well. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you with that, but I have an iPhone 15 Pro. That's what I use with my Tangem wallet, and I have zero issues with it. So Fasal says, yeah, you never know. Next sale could be 30% off. For sure, yeah. I mean, there's like a lot of different sales. Usually Black Friday is the best sale for any company for obvious reasons. It's like that's when you go all out, right? Um, but in the meantime, obviously, they're to generate more sales. These companies, especially if the crypto market is down, you can expect to see more sales because they want to generate more revenue for their company. But yeah, I think 25% off the ring is probably about the best deal they've done. I maybe last Black Friday they did 30% off. But you get the 25% off plus the free shipping, which is probably about 30% off if I had to guess. So yeah, I don't think it'll get much better than 30% off. Papa Smurf says, "Love my ring." Yeah, me too. I mean, it's honestly the coolest crypto wallet on the market. Again, Tangem ring right here. If you have any questions about this, drop them in the chat because again, I don't talk about the ring a lot, even though I use it on a pretty consistent basis. And it comes with 2 backup cards, FYI. Rob says, based on user feedback online, it appears that YubiKey and some other NFC devices are also having issues with the iPhones, specifically with the NFC. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you on that because I am using the iPhone 15 Pro, and let's see which. I think I'm running the latest firmware. I could be wrong. Let me check. Let's see if there is an update for my phone. Software update. Well, I have automatic updates on. So I am running the latest iOS version. And again, I literally just use my Tangem wallet. I don't have any issues myself. Rems says, seedless or seedless, what do you prefer? So with Tangem wallet, you can set up your wallet with a seed phrase so that you can write it down, or without a seed phrase. Tangem recommends using the Tangem wallet without a seed phrase. Reason being is Tangem is targeted at more beginners or people who are just getting into cold wallets. Nothing wrong with that. That's not to say that it's only for beginners. It's just it lowers the barrier to entry. Now, the reason Tangem recommends not using a seed phrase is because one of the most common scams, especially amongst beginners, is that they expose their seed phrase to scammers. They land on a phishing website that has them enter their seed phrase, and then they lose all their crypto. So their thought is, well, if the user doesn't know their seed phrase, they can't get scammed because, at least for that specific scam, because they can't share it since they don't know it. Now, if you watch the channel, you know that the seed phrase is the master key to your wallet. That's what you keep safe. And knowing that, I prefer to know my seed phrase. Now, there's arguments for both sides. There's not a right or a wrong answer. That's why they let the user choose. For me personally, I don't want to rely on technology alone to keep my seed phrase safe. Of course, it's unlikely that I would lose all 3 cards. Of course, it's unlikely that all 3 cards are going to, get damaged at the same time or fail at the same time. But that's just a risk that I'm not willing to take. Even though the risk is small, I would rather risk, using a seed phrase because I know how to secure my seed phrase and I know what and what not to do, which is basically just don't share your seed phrase with people and don't enter it on random websites. So by having the seed phrase, you can create as many backups as your wallet as you want, versus if you don't have a seed phrase, you're really limited to 3 cards, right? So personally, I own 7 Tangem wallets. I have another one on the way. out of those 7, one of them is a seedless wallet, which is the first Tangem wallet that I ever got, and it's the 1.0 version. You can't even create a seed phrase on this wallet. You can see it's pretty used up. I still use this wallet without a seed phrase. Um, but again, the rest of them are set up with a seed phrase. So that's my preference. Rashad says, do the rings come in different sizes? Thank you for asking this question. Well, let's take a look at the site. It does come in different sizes. Unfortunately, the sizes are mainly targeted at men, I feel like, because crypto is predominantly men. Not to say that there aren't some ladies out there. Shout out to all the ladies who are in crypto. But Tangem definitely needs to make probably some smaller sizes. But here, let me share my screen with you, and I want to go over the sizing of the rings real quick. Okay. So there are different sizes. Let's see what we got. It ranges from size 6 US, which is about 16.5 millimeters, up to 13 size US, which is about 22 millimeters. There is a sizing guide. If you don't know what the size of your ring finger is, they have a video. They also have a sizing guide that can help you size your ring finger. Now, what I've done, I mean, I'm married, so I already had a wedding ring. If you don't trust yourself to measure your ring finger or the size of your ring finger, you have a couple options. Option number 1 is just go to any local jewelry store. This could be at your mall or like a jewelry specific store. They'll tell you what size your finger is for free. Like, you just go in there and say, hey, will you measure my, the size of my finger? I'm thinking about getting a ring. You don't have to say that. Just ask them to measure your finger and they'll do it for free. So that's option number 1. If you don't want to go in and have someone measure your finger and you don't want to go through the steps on the Tangem website, just order your own sizing kit from Amazon. I think they're like $5 or $10, and you can measure the size of your own finger. But yeah, again, ranges from size 6 to 13, and on the website they show you how to measure your own finger. Good question. LT Man says, remember the seed. Yeah, you could remember the seed. I don't think it's a bad to remember the seed phrase, but I wouldn't have that as my only way of keeping my seed phrase. I like to have a physical copy. How you split it up and store it, there's different tactics to that, but I like to have a physical copy of my seed phrase in case something bad ever happens and my family needs to access it. Crypto Chino says, I have a wedding ring on and it's a pretty thick platinum ring. I had my Tangem ring on, I was clapping and they made contact and the Tangem ring separated. I contacted Tangem and they sent me another one. Yeah, so that was what I was talking about at the beginning. The first batch of Tangem rings had some manufacturer issues. They paused production when they got those reports in and have since fixed that issue. So the current batch of rings that they're sending out should be solid and ready to go. Again, I've had mine for a long time. I've dropped it on the cement and stuff, and I haven't had any issues with it. So, but I'm glad they took care of you at least. Okay, Anas, I already answered your question. Tangem needs to add in Thors. Yeah, if you ever want to see like a certain network or cryptocurrency supported by really any wallet manufacturer, but especially Tangem, let them know. Send them an email, go to their Twitter account and comment. They're really good at listening to user feedback. And if they get enough people pushing for something, they'll put it on their roadmap and make sure it happens. Rob, again, talking about the issue with the newer iPhones, which isn't an issue in my opinion. It sounds like it's very isolated because, again, I use an iPhone 15 Pro and I have 0 issues with my Tangem wallet. Miss J says, what if I want the Tangem wallet and not the ring? Then just go to the website and get the cards. The cards are, I can show you. The cards are on sale right now for the limited edition ones. They all work the same. So let me bring this up for you. You don't have to get the ring if you don't want to, Mist. just go, just tap on something else. You can get the 2-card set or the 3-card set. So as you can see, 2-card is $49 with the deal that they have going on. Is this apply? Let's see, is that applying? Oh no, it's on. Okay. Anyways, if you want to take advantage of the 20% off that they have on the cards, all you have to do is go to the ones that say sale. Like here's a Bitcoin only one. So as you can see, I added the CYBERSCRILLA discount code, and then this specific design is already discounted. So you get the 2 cards. You can get, I guess it's only available in the 3 cards. Get the 3 cards for $53. Same with the ramen one and this colorful one as well. So you don't have to get the ring. You can get a set of 3 cards, a set of 2 cards. You can get a family pack, which is 2 sets of 3 cards, or you can get the ring. It's up to you. Dala says, I found Tangem support to be great. That's good because I feel like it's difficult to find good customer support in the crypto space. So that's good news. CDS says, hi, hello. Rob says, the customer service sucks. What's their phone number? Oh, wait, they don't provide one. There's not a single hardware wallet company that provides a phone number. So welcome to crypto, Rob. G Rose says, hello, thanks for making your videos so nice with all the tutorials. I just got my first Tangem wallet today. User code CYBERSCRILLA for the discount. Cool. Glad you got the discount. Glad you got a cold wallet and you're on your way to secure your crypto. Sounds like you're on the right track. Basal says, I bought the ring, used both codes via crypto. Oh, I got to mention that. That's like something cool. Took a while for them to receive the money, but it went through within 15 minutes. Will receive on October 3rd. Excited for my second Tangem wallet. So that's a good Fasal. Sorry if I'm not saying your name right. I feel like you've told me your name before, but I'm terrible with names. However, that is something that I do want to mention. You can buy your Tangem wallet using crypto if you don't want to use your debit card, which I don't know if I've ever mentioned. But let's see. Well, I probably won't show you on this just because I don't want to, go through all the steps there. But when you order your Tangem wallet, during the payment part, you can choose crypto, and all you do is send the amount to their crypto wallet address. So if you want to buy a Tangem wallet using crypto, you can do that, and they have a few different crypto options to choose from. So I think that's pretty cool. CDS says, can you make an updated video on how to set up and add multiple Tangem cards so I can put my crypto from different exchanges on different cards? I already have a video on this from my other channel. Let me see. And that's the one that you want to watch. It's really simple. You just go to settings right now. If you just go to settings in your Tangem app, select the button that says add new wallet. That's how you add a new wallet. And you can do that as many times as you want. It's really that simple. But I'll show you the video that you should watch so that you can add multiple Tangem wallets to your app. So CD is this right here. It says the thumbnail that says add new wallet. How to add multiple Tangem wallets to the Tangem app. That's the video that you want to watch. And that will show you exactly how to add it and then how to switch between the wallets, which is as simple as swiping across the top of the screen. Dubai Babe says, do you have recommendations for crypto tax software? I do. I use coinledger.io. And if you want to see exactly how I use that, because I've been filing my own crypto taxes for the past 5 years using I used another one that wasn't CoinLedger. It was ZenLedger. But then recently I started using CoinLedger the last couple years. But if you want to see exactly how that works, just type in on YouTube, how to file crypto taxes, and look for my video. It should pop up number 1. and I walk you through the entire process of filing your crypto taxes, including your crypto exchanges and various wallet addresses, cold wallet addresses. You could also hire someone through CoinLedger to do it for you if you want to do that. Rob says Tangem sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, Rob. You can't please them all. Fasal says, thank you. Saved me $40 in total. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm glad that that's why I share these discount codes when they come up, because who doesn't want to save money, right? OG Crypto says, cool. Thanks for the info. You're welcome. Body Freedom, just checking in to say, you the man for all the lives helping people out. Spoke with two people at work today about crypto. Told me their stuff was on exchanges. Wrote down your YouTube. Told to watch ASAP. Thank you. Word of mouth is like the best way to share this stuff with people. And you're doing just as good of work as I am, Bobby. Just spreading the word that keeping your crypto on exchanges is a risk, and is not what you want to do moving forward. So good job spreading the word and helping out your coworkers. Lavon Lawrence says, I currently own the Tangem ring and I absolutely love it. No problems at all. I'm looking to buy a set of cards for my son, but he's 17. Can I still purchase them for him? Yeah, of course you can. There's no age limit on cold wallets, or purchasing cold wallet, and it's your son. You can buy whatever you want for your son. But yeah, I think that's a good idea. Like, I think Tangem is one of the, especially for the younger audience. I mean, both old and younger, but I've had comments on the channel, multiple comments from 70-plus-year-old, 70-year-olds who say they use the Tangem wallet without any issues, which is actually super cool to hear. But a lot of people do exactly this. They buy a Tangem wallet for their kids, and they actually show them how to use it, which I think is super cool. Like, not only do you get to spend time with your kid, but you get to teach them really the future of finance and self custody and crypto. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. Captain says, when will I be able to stake my XRP and XLM on Tangem? I have no idea, because I am not Tangem, and I only know what they tell you and me. So when they come out with a set date, I will definitely let you know. Rob says, well, he said first, they are lying to you, buyer beware. And then he said, no customer service, only emails, no return policy. The ring doesn't work with iPhones. Rob, again, that's complete BS. They do offer customer service, as you just literally said in this comment. It's through email. They do have a return policy, as someone else mentioned. They had an issue with their ring, and they sent them a new ring. So that's also not true. And the ring does work with an iPhone, because I have an iPhone 15 Pro, and I literally just used my ring before this to unstake some crypto. So those are all completely false. I understand that you're probably upset because you're having issues, but you don't speak for everyone. And I'm happy to, try to help you best as I can. I'm pretty limited, but if you have specific questions, I'm happy to try to answer them here on the live stream. Other than that, I would say keep contacting Tangem through their email support. It sounds like you're kind of at a dead end, but maybe look for alternative solutions. Again, you could ask me. You could maybe read through some Reddit threads and see if people have found any solutions. But you have to be, don't look for problems. Just try to find a solution. That's my recommendation. Bucks, I already answered this question. Joy says, you literally don't need to have a bank account now. Just store USDT in the Tangem app. Yeah, I mean, if you want to keep the majority of your money in a stable coin, that's up to you. If you are doing that, you definitely want to do it in a cold wallet and not on an exchange or a hot wallet. So Xenia says, why when I open Google Play doesn't show me update or download new app version? I don't know. Are you sure you're not already running the new app version? I would open up your Tangem app and check. Should be 5.28. Esperton says, I'm not seeing on Google Play. Maybe it's not released yet. I restarted my phone as well. Shoot, I don't have my Android phone next to me, but I can definitely check in. I could check later. If it's not released for Android yet, it'll be released probably today. Sometimes it takes them an extra day. But this 5.28 version is for everyone. It's not like, it's not limited to anyone. If you have the Tangem app, the 5.28 version will be available. So just to be aware. Joy says, hello, just out of curiosity, if you purchase 3 Tangem cards and then the ring and the 2 cards with that, can you use them all as backups, or is it 3 cards only? Very new to all this. Okay, so this is, I'll try to explain this as simple as I can. It's kind of like a gray area. So I'll say, first off, Tangem does limit you to, you can only set up a total of 3 cards per wallet. So that's the total. You can have 3 cards that equals 1 wallet. So all 3 cards have the same key on them. It acts as the same wallet. That said, you can technically have as many cards as you want be the same wallet using the same key. But the only way to do this is if you set up your Tangem wallet using a seed phrase. So let's say you set up 3 cards with the seed phrase. That's 1 wallet. Then you buy the ring and the 2 cards. All you have to do is go to the Tangem app, go to settings, tap add new wallet. And then instead of creating a new wallet, you just go to other options. You tap import recovery phrase, and then you enter the seed phrase from your other Tangem set to the new Tangem set. And you'll have they'll basically all be backups of the same wallet. So there'll be different sets or different wallets in the Tangem app, but they'll hold the same keys and they'll all control the same crypto accounts. And to switch between them, you just swipe across the top of the screen. So that's the way to do it. The gray area, the kind of hack is if you set up your wallet with the seed phrase, you can import that seed phrase into as many Tangem cards as you want to effectively have the same wallet across various cards. You can do it that way. Highway 242 Auto Body. I wish you would do a video on how to move XRP to Tangem wallet, not Ethereum, not Bitcoin, but XRP, because I cannot figure it out. It's all the same. It's exactly the same. I don't know what issue you're experiencing specifically, but sending ETH to Tangem is the same as sending XRP to Tangem. If you're getting stuck at maybe the memo tag part, which is where a lot of people question it, you don't need a memo tag when sending crypto to a cold wallet. You either leave that blank or you just enter like a few zeros and call it good. That might be the issue you're running into. Another issue people run into when sending XRP to Tangem wallet or to any wallet, not just Tangem, is you'll notice that it requires a deposit of 1 XRP. This is specific to the XRP network. It has nothing to do with the specific wallet. It has nothing to do with Tangem. To prevent people from creating basically spam accounts on the XRP ledger, the network requires a deposit of 1 XRP. So you can't just send like 1 XRP to a wallet because it essentially takes that XRP and holds it. So when you send XRP to a new wallet, you need to send at least a few XRP because, again, it takes 1 XRP for a deposit. That's probably answered your question. But yeah, it's the same process. It's always the same. You copy the receiving address from the wallet, you paste it into the platform where you're sending it, you hit send, and it's that easy. Esperton says, never mind. Just did what you asked, and it asked me to update. Okay, cool. So the update is out for both iOS and Android. That is confirmed. BJ says, how far do you think Bitcoin goes down when the Fed lowers rate? I have no idea, honestly. I don't think anyone has an idea. Captain BC52 says, is 5.28 the newest version? Yes, it is. And staking on XRP and XLM soon? I don't know. Matthew says, hey, CYBERSCRILLA, do you swap crypto inside of your main wallet? It seems like a security risk to me since you are signing contracts when swapping crypto. I'm using a hot wallet for that, then sending. It kind of depends how you're doing it. If you're like if you're connecting your wallet to a decentralized exchange, then I would say use use a separate wallet like a hot wallet. But if you're just swapping using the native app on the Cold Wallets app, that is safe, and you're generally not signing a spend approval because you're actually sending that crypto to the third party. So, like in the case of Tangem, when you swap crypto, depending which crypto you swap, in many cases it'll send it to a third party exchange. They do the swap for you and then send you the exchange crypto back. So you're not actually signing like a spend approval with the wallet. But it is considered safe to swap natively within the Cold Wallet app. Again, if you're connecting to external websites to swap, then yes, use a different wallet. What is the best way to share Tangem with my close friends? Is there an affiliate link or process? Jeff, what do you mean by share? What do you mean by share it with your friends? Like you want them to buy one, you just, send them the link. Or like, are you literally talking about like giving them one of your cards? I guess I would need more clarification. Michael says just join late too. If you have any questions, just replay the first 5 minutes of this live stream and you'll know exactly what the updates are. And for anyone just joining, all the deals, which is 25% off the ring, and then 20% off limited edition designed cards. All those, the links and the information you need about those deals are in the description of this live stream. Steven asks, when will Tangem update to multiple address support? We don't have a set date yet, so I don't know. Don't know that one still. OG Crypto says, has a smooth interface. Indeed it does. Cyprian says, when's Seeker video? Been waiting on that. It's definitely in the works, but I don't have it ready yet. Jeff, you don't need to ask the question multiple times. Just submit your question once and I'll see it. You don't need to submit 3 of the same questions. If I use Tangem to store millions worth of Bitcoin for 10 years, are you sure it's fully safe? I'm not sure of anything. I'm not going to say 100% your stuff's going to be safe. I can't tell the future. And also, that's just so dependent on so many factors. I have no idea what the next 10 years holds. So, and no one does, to be clear. Okay, we got another super chat. Thank you. Very generous today. Goodness. From Jesse. Thank you, Jesse. Jesse asks or says, I have a Ledger Nano that I bought in 2022, still in the box. Is it obsolete? Should I throw it out? I've read contradicting stuff online. Also, I love these live streams. Jesse, your Ledger Nano, are you talking about what Nano is it? The Nano X, the Nano S Plus, or just the Nano S, the original one? It's not obsolete. All the wallets will still work. You definitely shouldn't throw it out. I'm using where is it at? This is my Ledger Nano X I bought in 2020. Still use it to this day. Still works. Still secure. The only thing I will say, if it's the original Ledger Nano S, not the S Plus, then they did stop supporting firmware updates for that wallet. So I would consider updating to a new Ledger wallet like the Ledger Nano S Plus, or if you want something really fancy, you can get like my personal favorite, the Ledger Flex, or you can get a Tangem wallet. But other than that, you're good to go. Janet says the like button isn't working, not able to like. Well, that's unfortunate. I wonder why that is. Oh, here we go. I skipped this one. Jeff says, I don't understand the referral program. How do I share URL with a friend? You just go to the app and you have to enable or sign up for the referral program. And then you just copy your address and the URL and send it to your friend. It's really that simple. Crypto Chino says, thank you for being the voice of reason in this crazy fanboy space. I tried my best, Crypto Chino. Thank you for your kind words. KNBA says, can you transfer, send, receive crypto from Tangem wallet to Tangem wallet within the app? Same cold storage wallet. Yeah, you can send crypto from any wallet to any wallet. So in the Tangem app, it'd be extremely easy. You just swipe between the two wallets. So that's completely doable. And that's, yeah, it's 100% how crypto works. You can send crypto wherever the heck you want, assuming it supports the crypto you're trying to send, which if you're sending crypto from one Tangem wallet to another, then of course it supports whatever crypto you're sending. So yeah. Wanderlust says, don't forget the hefty tariff bill FedEx sends out about a month after you receive your Tangem. I haven't received this bill. Also, I think the bill is complete BS. I know people who have received the FedEx bill are either just not paying it. I don't know why you would, because you receive the product. So it's not like you have to pay it to receive the product. They give you the product. Also, anyone who has mentioned it to Tangem, Tangem is basically paying that bill on their behalf. So that's not a concern in my opinion. See, Butcherist Red said 5271. That's the old app version. The latest is 5.28. Blue Bus Driver says your shoe size is very close to your ring size. That's interesting. I never knew about that. I would say I don't know if that's accurate. I don't remember my ring size, but I think my shoe size is a bit larger than my ring size. Also, depends on which finger you wear the ring on. Not everyone wears a ring on their ring finger. Some wear it on their thumb, their pinky, just depends. But that's interesting. Just Me says, what's the safest and easiest way to swap Bitcoin into a stable coin from Tangem, not using a centralized exchange? You probably don't have an option. You have to use a centralized exchange. You can swap directly in the Tangem app. That's one way, or you can send to an exchange and swap there. It's very unlikely that you'll be able to swap Bitcoin to a stable coin you'd have to use a specific decentralized exchange. And if you were to do that, you wouldn't want to do that from your Tangem wallet. The easiest way is going to be using a decentralized exchange. I've had no problems with that. Just don't keep your crypto on the centralized exchange. Janet says, so new to cold wallets, crypto, etc. Can you please tell me where I can find my Tangem card address so I can transfer crypto from exchange to the wallet? Janet, all you have to do is when you open up your Tangem app, there's the main page that lists all your cryptocurrency. You just, let me see if I can bring it up on my phone here. Okay. Let me see. Also, I'll show you a video that you can just go and watch, Janet. But I don't know if this is going to focus. This is my Tangem app. So all you need is the address. So let's say I want to send Solana, which is this first cryptocurrency. You just tap this, right? And then right here it says receive. Tap receive. And then down at the bottom it says Solana address, and you just hit the copy button, and that's the address that you send it to. If you want further instructions, just type it on YouTube, how to send crypto to Tangem wallet. My video will pop up. It'll show you how to send and receive crypto on your Tangem wallet using both crypto exchanges and other crypto wallets. But it's really that simple. Just select the crypto that you want to send to your wallet, tap receive, and you're good to go. KNBA says, can you pair the Tangem ring with two different cards, then the two black cards that come with the ring? Again, I kind of already went over this, but if you want to basically have more backups than 3 cards for one wallet, then you need to use a seed phrase, and then then you just import the seed phrase onto the other cards, and you're good to go. How about the durability of the ring? I mean, it's IP68 rated, so it's waterproof. It's temperature resistant, both hot and cold. I think the most recent batches are extremely durable. I've had this one since they came out with it. I think it's been almost a year now. Haven't had any issues with it. and I wear this pretty much everywhere. So it's been very durable. Muhammad says, "What's your nationality?" I mean, I was born and raised in the United States, so I guess I'm American. I don't know. Some people said I look Russian. Some people said I look like native. So yeah. Christy says, "What is the new ring?" So this isn't a new ring. The ring has been out for quite a while now. There's just a huge sale on the ring. Um, but that actually reminds me, maybe kind of why you're asking. Let me pull this up here. So on the thumbnail of this video, there's a calendar that says October 1st, and it's pointing at the ring. The reason why, which I completely forgot to explain, the reason why I brought that up is because October 1st is what most people call in the crypto space Uptober. Historically, Bitcoin and everything else follows. All the altcoins perform extremely well in October. A lot of the times we see things rise, more than 20% on average. So basically, October is like the beginning of when everything starts to go up, and as we head into the holiday seasons, and as it gets colder outside, and people are staying inside more, the crypto market historically has gone pretty crazy. My dog's having a bad dream right now. You okay down there? Yeah, she's okay. But October is when things get crazy. That's when a lot of people make profit, take profit, or it's at least the start of that. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen this October, but it's very likely. It's possible. Now, the reason that I put October 1st in the thumbnail is because it also means that scammers are, it's the end of the year. They are in full swing. Scammers are out to get everyone. And that's why I shared a few examples of people getting their wallets drained over the last couple of days. This trader lost $500,000. This person lost $20,000. This person lost $15,000. And then last week, another crypto YouTuber, Alex Choi, lost basically $1 million. And all that to say, it's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse. Now, the one thing all these people had in common is their crypto, one, was stored in a hot wallet. So that's like things like MetaMask, Phantom, Trust Wallet, Coinbase Wallet, Exodus Wallet, whatever it is you use. If you keep crypto there, it's at risk. It's really not if your crypto will get hacked, it's when. So yeah, like if I were you, if I was someone who was new to crypto, who didn't have a cold wallet yet, who either kept crypto on an exchange like Coinbase or in a wallet like MetaMask, I would be getting a cold wallet right now before stuff gets crazy. And I would get my crypto to that cold wallet. And then I'd make sure to not connect that cold wallet to any websites. Don't connect your cold wallet to any external websites. If you want to interact with websites to like mine crypto, to claim airdrops, to swap crypto through, third-party websites, use a different wallet for that. Just use a hot wallet or use a different cold wallet. Don't use your main cold wallet where your entire crypto portfolio is stored. That's how these people are getting hacked. Just simply signing a bad transaction. I'm telling, it's going to get so much worse. The holiday season is like scammers work overtime. And in crypto, it's 10 times worse because crypto is already super complicated. I'm telling you. Like not just influencers and not just people with like a lot of crypto are getting targeted. I'm targeted every single day. Every single day, I receive dozens of emails, phishing links, malware. Every single day, someone creates a fake CYBERSCRILLA YouTube channel and tries to scam people in my comments. Fake Twitter accounts of my account. Every single day, I'm targeted. And the only reason that I feel confident, is one is I don't interact with any of that crap. Two is I have my crypto in a cold wallet. It's completely offline. You're not going to get to it. So, Yeah, I just kind of went on a rant there, but October 1st, stuff's going to get crazy. That's my opinion. We're already seeing it. We're already seeing scammers get a lot more active. Also, I read from a couple sources, one of them being Ledger's chief technology officer. There is a new malware that is going around, and it's undetectable. Like malware scanners are not able to detect it. Um, and maybe I'll do like a separate live stream on that. This is a completely separate malware from the one that I mentioned last week. Um, but there's other malware going around. So if you are using, that's why if you're using a hot wallet or a crypto exchange to keep your crypto, it's not safe. It never has been, and it's only going to get less secure. I don't tell people to get cold wallets just for no reason, right? I don't even care if you don't use my link, if you don't want to like support the channel and buy a wallet using my link, I don't care. I'm just telling you to go get a cold wallet. Get whatever cold wallet you want and get your crypto to that cold wallet. I'm telling you this because that's the only way to ensure that your crypto remains secure. And when stuff gets exciting, when crypto goes up, everyone goes into panic mode. You're not thinking straight. You're running off of euphoria. There's FOMO. It's like going to the mall, or maybe if you celebrate, but it's like going to the mall on Black Friday and like everyone just like rushes through the door, and people are getting knocked over and this guy's getting punched out in the corner. Like crypto is like that, especially around the holidays, except it's all online and it's all super confusing. So yeah, get a cold wallet. Butcher Shred said the version you shown is 5.28, yet mine shows 5.281. Same thing. Yours might be like the Android version. Oh, I think I skipped this one. What's the most recent update on Tangem about? Is it safe to update it? Yes, of course. Version 5.28 is the latest Tangem wallet app update. It was released yesterday. Just go to the App Store. And when you get to the App Store, if it doesn't say update, either your phone is set for automatic updates and it already updated, or just like pull down on the screen and let it reload the App Store. Sometimes it'll take a few seconds to show that there's an update for the app. Cutter says, I have $15 of USDC on my ledger. It was part of what I got back from the Voyager going bankrupt. I don't have any ETH. Is it stuck on my ledger unless I buy some ETH? Cutter, if that USDC is on the Ethereum, if your USDC is on the Ethereum network, then yes, the only way you can move it is you need some ETH on your wallet, because you have to pay for transaction fees in the network's native currency. So if your USDC is on Ethereum, its native currency is ETH. You need ETH to transfer it. So yeah. Dennis says, how about two different phones having access to the same cards? Can it be done? Yeah, it can. Dennis, you can honestly use your Tangem wallet on as many phones as you want. Even if you had 100 phones, you could use your Tangem wallet on all those phones, at the same time, or at least as many phones as you could hold in your hand. And the way you do that is you download the Tangem app on your phone or on your phones. Then you scan one of your cards that's already set up. Whatever card you want, doesn't have to be any specific card. And then you enter your access code, and then you have access to your wallet on that phone. Of course, anytime you transact, you'll still have to scan the physical card with whichever phone you're using. But yeah, I have one of my Tangem wallets right now set up on 3 different phones. Not because I'm using all those phones, but it's more for testing purposes. I have an Android phone so that I can test, when I'm talking to you guys. I have an Android phone that I tested on. I have my newer iPhone 15 Pro, and then I have an old iPhone 7 Plus also. So I have the same wallet on all of those phones. So it can be done, and it's easy. Rudy says, I would love to add the ring to my 2-card set I purchased over a year ago. Anyway, to link them without resetting everything. The only way you would be able to link it, Rudy, is if your current Tangem set is set up with the seed phrase. You just purchase the ring, then you go into the settings on the Tangem app, select the Add New Wallet button, And then instead of creating a new wallet, you hit other options, import recovery phrase, and then you just import the recovery phrase from your current 2-card set to the Tangem ring and the 2 cards that it comes with. And it'll be the same wallet. It'll show different wallets in the app. You just swipe across the top of the screen and it switches between the sets, but it will be the same wallet since they hold the same keys. If your current wallet is set up as a seedless wallet, then no, you won't be able to. Then you would basically have to factory reset the cards and set it up with a seed phrase if that's what you wanted to do. Michael says, does Tangem have a passphrase 25th word option? Yes, it does. They don't advertise this feature, but you can import a passphrase using Tangem. You can also create a passphrase. And I have a video showing that as well. Let me bring that up. If you want to learn how that works with Tangem, just watch this video. Let me show you what this looks like. So if you want to see how to add a passphrase or import a passphrase to your Tangem wallet, this video right here from my other channel, Tangem Answers, which I haven't posted on a long time. It's called Make Your Tangem Wallet More Secure Passphrase Setup Tutorial. Go watch that video, Michael, and it'll show you the exact process you can use to set up a passphrase or add an existing passphrase. Either one. Neff says, when is the next update? If you're talking about the next update for the Tangem app, I have no idea when they plan to release updates. The most current Tangem app update is 5.28. It was released yesterday, September 15th, I believe. CryptoCanic says, can we put Canadian dollars on Tangem? You can't put fiat money on crypto wallets. Crypto wallets are not banks. They're not debit cards. They're only for crypto. The closest thing you get is using a stable coin like USDT, USDC, RLUSD. Julian says, when is Tangem Pay coming? The last that we heard publicly is end of the year for select countries. We won't see Tangem Pay in the US probably until 2026, sometime next year at the earliest. Just answer that question. I've already answered your question, Jeff. Wanderlust, Google Play, you need to force refresh via manage apps and devices. Okay, that's one way to do it. Thank you for sharing. Anthony says, greetings, best wishes from Australia. Many thanks. Cheers, Anthony, and thank you for your continued support, my friend. And I hope you're doing well. Sean says, is revoking approval on Tangem already implemented? I saw a revoking update on Tangem Wallet. Not that I know of, no. You really should avoid signing any contract approvals that are having you sign a spend approval using your main cold storage wallet. Even though you can revoke contract approvals, it could already be too late. Revoking only does you good if you sign like a non-malicious transaction approval, and you want to make sure that you're not affected in the future. But if you sign a malicious contract approval from the start, it's already game over. Your wallet's pretty much instantly drained. That's why you want to use a separate wallet. Ron says, I have a 15 plus and everything works fine. Exactly. Someone was mentioning earlier, they were upset that Tangem doesn't work on newer iPhones. He mentioned the 15 Pro and the 15 Plus. I had the 15 Pro. Sounds like Ron has the 15 Plus, and it works fine. So again, yeah. Crypto Potato just answered your question, made a passphrase with Trezor and one key. Can you create one on Tangem? Yes, you can. Again, just go watch that video. Oscar says 10% deal doesn't attract my wallet. Not sure. Do you mean subtract your wallet? Not sure what you mean. But the deals work. If you're just joining, Tangem is having 2 deals right now, and I'll go over how to use them. Just in case anyone's confused. So the first deal is 25% off the Tangem ring, which also comes, it's the ring and 2 cards. That's what it comes with. So to get that deal, you just have to enter the 2 discount codes. The first one is CYBERSCRILLA. That gets you 10% off. The second one is 15 off ring. That's not 150. That's 15 OFFRING. 15 off ring. Enter those 2 codes. You get 25% off, bringing the ring down to $120. Plus, you'll get free shipping since your order is over $89. The link to that deal, if you want to go straight to the page, is in the description of this live stream. The second deal is 20% off limited edition cards only. It's the Sundrop, Ramen Cat, and Bitcoin designs. On the website, you'll see that those designs, they say sale on them. The 10% discount is already applied on the website, and then you just enter the code CYBERSCRILLA to get the additional 10% for a total of 20% off. Again, the 20% off deal only applies to these 3 designs that you see on screen. If you just want like the black card design, like this one, or the stealth card, then the code CYBERSCRILLA will get you 10% off. So, yeah. Joe Cheney says, thank you, thank you. You the man. I appreciate everything you do for all of us. Happy to help, Joe, and thank you for your kind words. Oscar says, possible to get less than 10% discount. I don't know what you mean. Sorry, got lost on the comments here. Stick and clutch. If I purchased raw Bitcoin in order to say I have Bitcoin, or do I buy Satoshi in order to say I have Bitcoin? I don't really know what you mean. If you want to buy Bitcoin, you just go to an exchange and select Bitcoin and buy it. Like Bitcoin is measured in Satoshis, but like you don't buy Satoshis on like an exchange or in a wallet. You just select the Bitcoin cryptocurrency, you select the buy button, and you hit buy. That's how you buy it. CryptoCanic says, if we went with the seed phrase, can I reset and use a private option? You can, yeah. But you would need to transfer your crypto to that new wallet because it'll have a new key. So you'd basically have to transfer your crypto to like an exchange or a hot wallet temporarily, factory reset your cards, or you don't need to transfer it. Okay. If you wanted to use your current Tangem wallet that has a seed phrase as a seedless wallet, what you could do, only if you plan on never using that seed phrase again, is import it into a hot wallet, then factory reset your cards, and then set it up without a seed phrase. That'll give you a completely new wallet. Then you would send the crypto from your hot wallet to the new seedless Tangem wallet. That's how I would do it. Oscar says, when you would review LEPAL X card compare. So I already, if you just type in LEPAL X card review, I've already done a review on the X card. And I've already, in that video, I made some brief comparisons between Tangem and the X card. Currently, LEPAL is not a brand I recommend. That's not a company that I'm going to support moving forward or recommend, really, because I made a post about it last week, but they lied to me in an email, which is not cool. And that's just not something that I want to get behind or that I feel comfortable recommending to you guys or even to my family or friends, or something that I want to use myself. And they lied to me basically to try to sell their wallet, which it's just not a cool way to promote your stuff. So yeah, LEPAL is not currently a wallet that I recommend. Living in Miami, Florida says, I have Tangem wallet and just ordered 2 more different sets. Can I import them into the app using the same seed phrase? Yes, you can. Again, it's super easy. Just go to, when you get your new sets, just tap the settings button, then select add new wallet. And instead of hitting the create wallet button, you'll hit other options, and then you'll select import recovery phrase. And then you enter your seed phrase from your current set to the new set. And you'll have the same wallet. There'll be different sets in the app. You just swipe the top of the screen to switch between the sets. I've already answered this question. 5.28, 5.281, they're both the same updates. Michael said you can import your Ledger seed from old Ledger to new version within the hardware wallet only, never on a device. Yep, exactly. Jeff asked, what size ring am I wearing? I honestly don't remember. I forgot my ring size. I want to say, honestly, I'd have to ask my wife. I think it's, I don't know. It's pretty, it's between a 9.5 and an 11. Stick and Clutch, do you have to be connected to the internet to transfer crypto to your cold wallet? Of course you do. Crypto exists on the internet. You can't transact. The blockchain lives on the internet. Now, to be clear, like your cold wallet is completely offline. This is where a lot of confusion comes in. Cold wallets like Tangem, these don't connect to the internet. There's no way it can connect to the internet. Completely offline. The keys to your crypto wallet are stored on this card. That said, when you sign a transaction using a cold wallet like Tangem, the transaction is actually signed in the chip on this card. But since it's not connected to the internet, it needs a way to communicate the signature to the blockchain. That's where the cold wallet apps come in. Cold wallet apps like the Tangem app are simply middlemen that communicate the transaction data between the blockchain and the offline cold wallet. So like when you sign a transaction on Tangem, for example, it signs it here. It sends the signed transaction data to the Tangem app, which then broadcasts it to the blockchain network, which is on the internet. So yeah, you literally can't transact in crypto without having some sort of internet connection. Now, the safest way to do that is with the cold wallet. Katie says, is it safe to update the firmware on Decent wallet, or should I buy a Tangem? I don't know why, unless there's something I'm unaware of, why it wouldn't be safe to update your firmware on your Decent wallet. I mean, you should be, as long as you're getting the firmware from the official Decent website. I will say Decent is not a wallet that that I recommend using. I have a Decent wallet. I don't use it. I don't recommend it to any of my viewers here on the channel, to any of you. I don't recommend it to any of my friends or family, only because it is a 100% closed source wallet, meaning there's no way to confirm anything that they say is true. We basically just have to trust the company. Most wallets on the market today have at least some level of open source code that, you know, security researchers and white hat hackers can go and read. Decent is one of the only remaining completely closed source wallets. And the reason you see a lot of YouTubers recommend them is because Decent pays you to publish videos. Just to publish videos, they'll pay you money. I've been seeing some various channels interview, like I think it's the CEO of Decent, and people have told me, oh, well, that makes Decent secure because the CEO is coming on and doing interviews with YouTubers. That doesn't mean anything. There was a crypto exchange years back where they hosted live events. They hosted get-togethers. The CEO did interviews. They did all that stuff. Well, guess what? That entire crypto exchange was a Ponzi scheme. It was a scam. Just because the CEO is willing to put himself out there publicly doesn't mean that, you know, it's like a secure product or anything. And that's not to, I don't know if Decent is secure. Really only Decent knows that, because they're the only one who knows the code. That's just my opinion. You know, a lot of people use Decent and like it. It's just not a wallet that I'm willing to trust, just because the CEO comes on some YouTube channels and does some interviews. That doesn't mean anything to me. Crypto Potato says, Tangem says most of their users go seedless. Kind of scary, but also informative. That shows us a lot of people don't want to hold onto their seed phrase, but are also screwed and have to be very careful. Maybe. I don't know, like, you know, the exact data. In fact, there probably isn't exact data. I would say, yeah, a lot of people probably do go seedless, But if you're an informed crypto user, you probably go with the seed phrase. The seedless option is really, I feel like, targeted at complete beginners who don't want to deal with the seed phrase. Kong says win multiple addresses for Tangem. We don't have a set date. Matthew says, is there any point using a hot wallet then if I can just swap all my crypto for stablecoins inside of Tangem when I want to cash out? Also, are these swap fees cheaper on Tangem than most hot wallets? I mean, I still have hot wallets set up, even though I swap in my Tangem. I don't think it's bad to have multiple options ready to go in case something happens. I don't think it's a bad idea to have multiple options. I can't comment on, I don't usually do swaps inside hot wallets. I haven't done one recently unless I'm using like a decentralized exchange, which is different than swapping natively in the hot wallet app. So I can't comment specifically on hot wallet swap fees. I will say though, I compared swapping on Tangem to swapping on the Kraken crypto exchange, which is my preferred exchange, and the fees were almost identical. So swapping as Tangem in Tangem is actually pretty identical fee wise as swapping on an exchange. But I don't use my Tangem wallet to buy and sell crypto because the fees are pretty high from the third parties. Okay, we got a super chat from Papa Don. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Says still not clear. Can you set up the card with a seed phrase and the chip? If so, is the scan process the same with her way? Yes, you can set up Tangem Wallet with the seed phrase. If you want to learn how to do that, just type in on YouTube how to set up Tangem Wallet with the seed phrase. It's very straightforward. Regardless what option you choose, whether with a seed phrase or without a seed phrase, the key, the seed phrase, the master key gets sent to the chip, no matter what. Your wallet wouldn't work if it wasn't on the chip. If you want a physical copy of the seed phrase, you simply select the seed phrase option during setup. Again, if that's not clear, I'm sorry, that's as clear as I can make it. If you need a visual, go watch the video how to set up Tangem Wallet with the seed phrase. But yes, you can set up a Tangem Wallet with a seed phrase. I have 6 wallets set up right now with their own seed phrase. Is it true that the iPhone 17 Pro Max having an issue with the Tangem app? I have no idea. No idea. I haven't heard of anyone reporting anything about the iPhone 17. I've heard issues like iPhone 14, iPhone 15, iPhone 16. I have an iPhone 15 and it works completely fine with Tangem. So I'm just not sure how reliable the people saying they have issues with Tangem in their phone are, because that's not been my experience and a lot of other people's experience. Maybe it's isolated to that specific phone and the firmware they're running. I don't know. Kieran Williams says, is a seed phrase better than no seed phrase on Tangem in case of software upgrade or disconnected an old card? Personally, I use a seed phrase. I don't want to rely solely on technology to keep my keys secure. So that's why I choose to use a seed phrase. I already answered this question multiple times. 5.28 and 5.281 is the same. Oscar says seed phrase is better, but the way Tangem create via app is not air gap risk of exposure. Oscar, that's not what air gap means. Yeah, that's not what air gap means. Also, air gapped, just to be clear, air gap wallets are not more secure than non-air gap wallets. The term air gap is pure marketing. But yeah, the way Tangem generates the seed phrase has nothing to do with being air gapped. Zoe says, hi, how do I update? I checked the App Store, but it shows no update. Zoe, you either have automatic updates turned on your phone. If that's the case, it updated automatically. The way you would check that is open your Tangem app, select the 3 little dots, and then which is the settings button, and scroll to the bottom of the screen. It'll tell you your current app version. It'll say 5.28. If it says 5.27, then you need to go back to the App Store, pull down on your phone screen to refresh the App Store, and just sit there and wait like 3 seconds while you're staring at the Tangem app. Eventually the open button will change to update. Every time I go to update my Tangem app, I have to pull down on the screen, let it sit there for a few seconds, and then the update button will show up. Stick and Clutch says, if I purchase $2,000 worth of Bitcoin, can I simply hold it and let it sit, or how can I further grow it? It doesn't. Whenever you hold crypto, it just fluctuates with the market. So if you hold $2,000 worth of Bitcoin and Bitcoin goes up, then your 2,000 can turn into, however much it goes up. So you just hold it. If Bitcoin goes up, then what you hold goes up. If Bitcoin goes down, then what you hold goes down. When you're ready to take profit, you just sell it. That's how that works. Shoaib. I'm sorry, I probably butchered your name. What's your Tangem ring size? I don't know. Let me see. Let me ask my wife what my ring size is real quick. I'll text her. All right, I'll let you know what she says. I want to say it's between 9 and 11. 9 and 11 and a half. Dangerous Dave says, I already have a Tangem cold wallet and I want to get another cold wallet to spread risk. Should I add another set of Tangem cards using the same Tangem app or get a cold wallet from another brand? That's really up to you. I don't see an issue getting another Tangem wallet if that's what you like using, you haven't had any issues with it and you really enjoy it and you're familiar with it. I'd say, getting another Tangem wallet is a fine way to go, assuming you are using a different seed phrase. If you want to explore different wallets, maybe try something new, then you could do that too. I don't think there's like a right or wrong way to do it. That would be kind of my approach. It's really just dependent on what you want, but I don't think you could go wrong either way. I love my Tangem based on your recommendation. I just wish they allow for multiple addresses for Bitcoin. They will soon. They will soon. Thank you, CYBERSCRILLA. You are very welcome. Thanks for your good questions. Red USA says, why do you have to scan the card every time you open the app? You don't have to. You can change that in the settings, and I could tell you what exact setting to change if you want to. So to be clear, you'll always have to scan your card when it comes time to transact. That's why it's secure. But you're just talking about literally to open the app and view your portfolio, you have to scan the card. If you want to change that, go to settings, then go to app settings. And then you just tap. Yep, that's the right one. Then you just enable keep. What does this say? Keep the wallet in app. You want to enable that, and that will just require like a biometric instead of scanning your card to open it. That's how you fix that issue. Blue Bus Driver says, "What's your favorite exchange to sell on?" Yeah, Kraken is my go-to exchange. I have accounts on other exchanges, Gemini, Crypto.com. I even have like an Uphold account that I've never really used. I just have those as backups in case something happens with Kraken. But Kraken, I use it. It's been the best exchange I've used in the last 5 years. So that's just my experience. Selena says, when you swap in the same hot wallet, is it that safe? Selena, I'm not sure what do you mean? Like you can safely swap in a hot wallet. That's fine. Just don't keep your crypto on hot wallets. You want to do the swap, and then if your goal is to keep that crypto, hold on to it, you'd want to get it back into your cold wallet as quickly as possible. Let's see if I know. See if she replied. Nope. I'm trying to figure out my ring size, but I don't know. Oscar says, I feel the solution of Tangem and plus Ellie Palak's card would be best. I mean, I do like the idea of the X card where you can generate the seed phrase on its own physical device. Um, but I like Tangem too. It's just super seamless. Katie says, I'm still getting a Tangem, but I currently have a decent. I just don't want to lose my stuff. I'm willing to buy from your link. Katie, I'm not sure like what, I know you asked if like updating your decent firmware is a risk. It's not going to be a risk if you're downloading the firmware from the official Descent website. Again, Descent's just not a wallet that I recommend in general. But yeah, I mean, if you want to get a Tangem wallet, then get a Tangem wallet and transfer your crypto to it. That's you can do that. It's fine. Robert says, do you have your Tangem connected to exchanges ready to offload to Tangem? You don't connect cold wallets to exchanges. That's not something you connect. If you want to like sell crypto on the exchange, you just send your crypto from your wallet to the exchange. There's no actual connection there, not necessary. So yeah, you don't connect your wallet to an exchange. Just when you're ready to sell, you just simply send it and you're good to go. Bruman says, when Visa, last I heard is end of the year, but only in select countries. We won't see it in the US this year. Is there a way to deposit cash on Tangem and not go through? You can't put cash on crypto wallets. That's not how they work. You can buy crypto directly on the Tangem app if that's your question, but you can't hold cash on a crypto wallet. Manuel says, hey, just got on. Did you answer what to do if one of your cards stopped working? Only have two now, one. This is the reason why I like to use a seed phrase. Technology is technology. Technology doesn't last forever. It fails. Versus if you have a seed phrase, you can store it on like a piece of metal, which will last a lifetime. I don't know how you have your wallet set up. If it's set up without a seed phrase, you still have your two backup cards. So that's why Tangem comes with multiple cards. So you're still good. If you have a seed phrase, then you don't really have anything to worry about as long as you have your seed phrase. Even if all your cards failed or you lost all your cards, you'll still be able to access your crypto by entering your seed phrase into a new wallet. Switch says it's the iPhone Pro Max that has compatibility issues with Tangem, not the Pro. So I've heard both, and I've also know people who have the newer Pro Maxes that don't have issues with Tangem. So again, I don't know what's going on, but that's not the case for every iPhone. That's for sure. Working Bulldog says, hi, I'm 54-year-old female from Canada, and I bought Tangem Wallet because of you. Thank you very much for all the great information you share with us. You have helped me a lot. Well, shout out to you, and shout out to Canada, and shout out to all the women in crypto. And I'm super happy that I was able to make your experience a little easier. Is there a way to purchase cash in the Tangem wallet through ACH? Nope. You can purchase crypto directly through the Tangem app. You can't hold cash on a crypto wallet. RedMac01 says, I'm new to all this. Could you explain withdrawal of funds from a network to wallet and the importance of selecting the correct network? Also, how to know you have selected the right network? So yeah, crypto lives on its own networks. So when you send crypto, you need to send it to, the right network. The way you know that, let's say you're sending it from an exchange. Like when you send crypto from an exchange, it'll either tell you what network you're sending on, or it will have you choose the network. So let's say you're sending USDT on Ethereum. You'd want to when you receive it in your Tangem wallet, you'd want to select USDT on Ethereum. That's really that simple. But wherever you're sending the crypto from, it will tell you what network you're sending it on. And that's the network that you want to receive the crypto on. It's pretty straightforward. Hopefully that answered your question. But yeah, whether you're sending from an exchange or from a wallet, it will tell you what network your crypto is on. Oscar says, last question, which exchange provides the best gas fees for transaction? Oscar, gas fees aren't determined by crypto exchanges. It has nothing to do with which exchange you're using. Gas fees are solely determined by what network you're using and how busy that network is at the time of your transaction. For example, Solana network fees are always going to be cheaper than something like Ethereum. It's usually about 3 cents. Ethereum fees, they fluctuate. If the network is super, super busy, like at the height of the bull run, you could see like gas fees higher than $100. Right now, when it's not very active, they're about $5. So again, gas fees are solely dependent on what network you're transacting on and how busy the network is. Has nothing to do with the exchange or the wallet you're using. Here, let me check this text. I think I can access my text on my computer though. I'm just replying to a couple things here. Okay. So it looks like my ring size, for anyone wondering, my ring size is a 10. This is a 10. That's what a 10 looks like on my sausage fingers. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Crypto Chino says, I put a question twice about the legacy option for cheaper Bitcoin transactions, and every time you come to it, jump over it. I didn't spam it. Okay, so the legacy option is not the cheaper option. SegWit is going to be cheaper. They should have lower transaction fees, and it's going to be more efficient than the legacy option. But yeah, sometimes like you can't use a SegWit option, so you just have to use the legacy. But you can use either or in your Tangem wallet. But they are two different addresses. Just know that. But yeah, if you're looking for lower transaction fees, you'd want to go with the SegWit option. Farouk says, will our order ship from within the US or will we have to pay the duty for this deal? Ordered Tangent before, and I believe they shipped from Switzerland, and there was a $250 FedEx duty. Okay, so it really just depends on where you live. I just ordered a new set of Tangem cards, and it's shipped from within the US. They have warehouses all around the world, Switzerland, the US, and I think a couple other places. It really just depends. The FedEx duty fee, you don't have to worry about that. I'm personally, I don't pay it. I already received the product. Doesn't make sense to pay that. Also, the people who have mentioned that to Tangem just pays it for them. It's just so weird. I don't quite understand what that fee is about, but I wouldn't worry about it. And that's something that I'm going to pay. And again, the people who have mentioned it to Tangem just handles it for them. So Jessica with the wave, shout out to Jessica. Thanks for being here. My Life says, if I buy a new set of Tangem wallets, does it cost to transfer my crypto from one wallet to another? Yes, it does. Anytime you transfer crypto on the blockchain, you have to pay the network fee. Doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with the wallet or the exchange. That's just how crypto works. Now, if you were to just, like if you have a seed phrase and you import that seed phrase onto your new cards, then no, there's no fees because you're just taking your wallet and putting it onto the cards. But if you literally want to transfer your crypto from one wallet address to your new wallet address, yes, you will pay the blockchain fees. Larry says, what's the difference between default and legacy address in the Bitcoin receive option? And does Tangem support Lightning? Tangem does not support Lightning. The default in Tangem is SegWit, and that's the more efficient, more affordable option for sending and receiving Bitcoin. Legacy is like the OG. It's less efficient in terms of cost and speed. So I already answered your question. Mike Young says, does the orange Bitcoin Tangem card hold XRP? Yeah, it's a good question. So the orange Bitcoin card and all the cards that are on the main Tangem website, they all support the same cryptocurrency. It's just a different design. All of these cards support over 80 different blockchain networks and tens of thousands of different cryptocurrencies. Katie says, thanks, you are welcome. Just let me know if you have any more questions, Katie. I'm happy to clarify anything or whatever it may be. Wood Dub says, just updated the app and amounts went to stars instead of money amount in wallet. That sounds like you have the hide balance feature on. You can disable that. And the way that it works is like if you put your phone down and lift it up, it'll watch, I could show you. Let me show you how this works. That's weird. Oh, wait. So if you go to settings, and then tap app settings, it's this bottom one, flip to hide balances. You have that enabled. You want to disable that. And I'll show you kind of what that looks like, which is probably what you're experiencing. As you can see right here, I've got $71, and watch this. See how it changes? That's a security or a privacy feature. And then see that? So if you want to disable that, just go to your settings, go to app settings, and then disable the flip to hide balance feature. But it can get annoying because anytime you move your phone like that, it's gonna, yeah. So that's probably what's going on. Mark Lopez, is Arculus a good wallet? Not a wallet I recommend. I believe it's 100% closed source as well. It doesn't support as many cryptocurrencies or features as Tangem. Just get a Tangem wallet. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to be more enjoyable. It's more affordable. Yeah, Tangem over Arculus, in my opinion. Junior says, what was the new update? Just got off work. If you want to know what the update was, just rewatch the first 5 minutes of the live stream. Basically, just update your Tangem app to the new 5.28 version, and it has some cool new updates. Papa Don says that's clear, referring to his super chat that he left earlier. Good. Robert says swapping huge amounts on Tangem is dangerous. They could freeze your funds from the third party. That's true for any centralized crypto exchange. That's not specific to Tangem. So that can happen swapping on any exchange. Mojo Loco Dojo says, hi Skrilla, have you received your Solana Seeker yet? I got mine last week. Yes, I have mine. I've been messing around with it. Review is coming soon, but I don't have it out yet. So EV Canada says, I prefer One Key Classic 1S over Tangem. I like One Key. I like the Classic 1S. It's a good entry-level wallet as well. Not as user-friendly or seamless as Tangem, but I like it. I like it too. It's a good wallet. Tony says, did you say you can use your seed phrase from Ledger to Tangem? You can. You can import your seed phrase from Ledger on your Tangem wallet. However, if you're using multiple receiving addresses for the same network on your Ledger wallet, like let's say you have 3 different Ethereum addresses, you'll only see one in your Tangem wallet because Tangem doesn't support multiple receiving addresses. Now, if you just use one wallet per network on your Ledger wallet, then you're good to go. Edwin says, if you have a 12 word, that's not true. You can import both 12, 18, and 24 word seed phrases and 25 word seed phrases into your Tangem wallet. Gus says, love your content, brother. Just bought a Tangem wallet 2 days ago, and I would have loved to use your discount. Yeah, thank you, Gus. And just to be clear, my CYBERSCRILLA discount is active 365 days of the year. CYBERSCRILLA, the code CYBERSCRILLA always gets you 10% off. That never goes away. Now, like specific deals like the ones, like the 25% off the ring today and the 20% off limited edition cards, those come and go. But my CYBERSCRILLA discount is always active. So Whiz Bang Diving says, do you split your stash across wallets with dollar value or coin number or coin token type? No, I don't really know what you mean. There's only one way to store crypto, and that's in crypto. Like, if it's not in crypto, then it's not crypto. That says I diversify my crypto into multiple wallets. Yes, and they just exist as cryptocurrency because that's the only way to store crypto. Drop Top Driver says, is Tangem ever going to offer UTXO management? There is a way to manage UTXOs in Tangem. It's not like super convenient. As far as like a native solution, I'm not sure. Izzy says, thanks for the videos. You are welcome. Powell says, I have both Tangem and Decent. Decent has more tokens. I like them both. I have 3 Tangem and 2 Decent. Yeah, again, Decent is not a wallet that I will ever recommend unless they open source like crucial parts of their code. Yeah, not a wallet I would feel comfortable using. Interesting that they support more crypto than Tangem. Tangem is one wallet that supports like the most cryptocurrencies. I think over 85 blockchain networks right now. So that's interesting. James says Skrilla rocks. Thank you, James. Sempax says, what's the update about? I just joined. Rewatch the first 5 minutes of this live stream and you'll know what the update is. It's just a new app update, version 5.28. Thanks for all your help. Does Tangem store stablecoins? Thinking of buying some? Of course, yeah. Tangem supports USDC, USDT, RLUSD across a bunch of different networks. I have some USDT on my Tangem wallet. Yeah, most cold wallets will support, unless it's Bitcoin only, every cold wallet will support stablecoins. Chubby says, how many different Tangem wallets would you suggest in relation to the amount of crypto someone owns? That's super, I mean, it's really up to you. What might be a lot of crypto to me might not be much to you. So it really just depends on what you feel comfortable with holding in each wallet. And you're also like your experience level. Like, do you consider yourself experienced? Do you trust yourself to keep your wallet secure? Maybe you're not super confident in your ability to like use your wallet effectively. So you want to, diversify more. It really just depends. Let's see. Maybe this is an old question because I did answer it. I've asked a question a few times without spamming it, and I saw someone else ask a question. Is asking a question about the difference between default and legacy for chief of Bitcoin fees. So I've already answered this twice now, which you probably already heard it, but I'll just say it again. The default SegWit is the more affordable, more efficient option than legacy. Legacy is like the old option. The default is SegWit. That's the most efficient option. That's going to have the lowest fees. That's why it is the default option for Ledger. Now, not all platforms will support the newer SegWit address type. That's why Tangem offers the older legacy option. So maybe in some cases you'll have to use the legacy option if, like, for some reason the platform you're using doesn't support SegWit. But yeah, I mean, if you're just looking for more efficient Bitcoin fees, just stick with the default SegWit option. Fasal says, can you explain what Satoshi means in crypto? I don't know. I would assume there's like several meanings. So Satoshi Nakamoto is like, obviously the person or group of people who created Bitcoin. So there's that aspect. Also, Bitcoins are measured in Satoshis. So if you don't own one Bitcoin, you technically own Satoshis. They're measurements of Bitcoin. So that's like the two meanings that I know. James says Satoshi is all of us. Yeah, exactly. We are Satoshi. Oh, Crypto Chino. Yep. Thanks for answering the legacy question. You're welcome. Sorry it took me so long to answer that. Sean says, how does Tangem really work if it's just a card? Ledger seems more legit to me. I mean, all crypto wallets really work the same. I mean, I'm not saying like they're all equally secure, but on the blockchain, it all works the same. All cold wallets have a secure element chip. That's where the key is stored, and that's where the transactions take place. So, like with Tangem, the transaction is signed offline on the chip inside this card. And same with something like Ledger, it's signed offline on the chip inside the Flex. And then just like the Ledger wallets, the Ledger Live app broadcasts the signed transaction data to the blockchain where the transaction is confirmed. Same thing with the Tangem wallet. The signed transaction data is transferred from the card to the Tangem app and then broadcasted to the blockchain to be confirmed. So they work the same way in that sense. I paid with GH. Not sure what you mean. Maybe buying the wallet. Not sure. Let's see. Hi, is it better to withdraw through Tangem or an exchange? At what amount will a bank flag before freezing? Will a bank understand once the money gets transferred if communicated with them? Okay, that's a lot of different questions. So personally, when I sell my crypto, when I'm turning my crypto back into fiat, back into cash to withdraw to my bank, I send it to my preferred crypto exchange, which is Kraken. The fees are better, and the withdrawal amounts are generally higher in my experience. That said, as far as what amount a bank will flag before freezing, that would depend really on what bank you use and like your personal profile with the bank. I called some popular banks, and I asked them specifically this question. They said that there shouldn't really be any issues with sending large amounts of money to your bank account coming from a crypto exchange, as long as your bank is crypto exchange friendly, which a lot of them are. She said that she's had clients who sent millions of dollars to their bank account from a crypto exchange without any issues. She said worst case, if the bank were to block the send, basically the transaction just wouldn't go through and the money would just, still be on the crypto exchange. So really just have to try it. And then try it until it goes through is what she recommended. So let's say you tried to send like $50,000, something insane. Let's say your bank blocked it, then maybe you would try, $10,000. And then, if that works, then, you could try sending another 10 or try sending the rest. But the way that she explained it is everyone's profile on their bank account is actually like, is controlled by basically an AI algorithm, and you have like a rating or a score. So if you've never had like a large amount of money in your bank account, or you've never, transferred or transacted with large amounts of money, and then all of a sudden you're transferring like $1 million, she said that would be more likely to be frozen. But she also said you can actually build up like your profile by doing smaller increments of or more frequent increments of smaller transactions. So if you were transferring like $1 million to your bank account and it blocked that, then you could send multiple like $10,000, like send a couple $10,000 transfers, and then you could maybe up it to like 20,000. That's what she told me. But she said with this bank specifically that there have never been any issues with transferring large amounts. Farouk says, thank you for answering my question. I had to pay it the last time. Can you share where do we call or email to speak to someone with Tangem? Just go to Tangem's website. Their email's on their website. I believe it's support@tangem.com. But definitely check their website. Stick and Clutch, have you achieved 7 figures, or can you say you reached 7 figures investing in crypto? That's not something I would ever share with anyone, not just on the internet, but even like friends, family. And I recommend no one else shares anything, no matter if you own $1,000 or $1 billion worth of crypto. Do not share that information with anyone. Yeah, not okay. Draken Malfoy says, can you paint the ring a different coating and will it still work? I don't know, because I've never tried it. I'm assuming if you did a thin layer of paint, you could do that. Not something I would personally do. Tangem has, and I bet, maybe that's coming soon. But Tangem, when they first came out with the ring, they did say that in the future, they would likely come out with different colors or different variations. So I would just wait for that. I don't know when or what colors will come out, but they did mention that. So HT says, what are the transaction fees on Tangem? Cold wallets Tangem, Ledger, whatever, they don't have transaction fees. Wallets don't charge you transaction fees. Transaction fees come from the network that your crypto lives on. And it's solely dependent on the network that your crypto lives on. Has nothing to do with your wallet. So anytime you transfer crypto, it's solely dependent on, again, what network you're transferring the crypto on. Now, if you're using the buy, sell, or swap feature, like in a cold wallet app like Tangem, there are third-party fees. Those fees are charged by the exchanges who offer those services. It really just depends. Julie says, why is the Decent wallet not recommended? I explained that already. I'll explain it really briefly again. Decent is 100% closed source. That means all the code that they use to build the app, to build the wallet, all of it's kept private to the company. So there's no way for anyone like developers, people who can read code, or security experts to verify what they claim is true. So there would be no way for someone to know, like, well, maybe when the wallet generates your keys, it's sending the keys to Decent. We don't know. We really don't know. We just have to trust Decent as a company. So that's why I don't recommend it. Janie says, hi, can you use 2 different wallets with 2 different seed phrases at the same time on one Ledger Trezor device? Well, you can use as many seed phrases on one cold wallet device as you want, but you can only access one at a time. Like if you're using different seed phrases, you would literally have to factory reset the wallet and then enter the new seed phrase or the other seed phrase. Basically set up the wallet again, but enter the other seed phrase. The other alternative option, which is a lot more convenient, is you just set up a passphrase wallet. So this is your standard seed phrase combined with another word or phrase that you create, and you can create an unlimited number of those, and you can just access those different wallets by just entering the passphrase. So that's what I would recommend. The Talking to Can says, everything I learned about cold wallets, I learned from you. I use Tangem and Ledger Flex now, and I love it. Thanks for helping me with your videos, and time is appreciated. That's super nice of you to say, and I'm really glad that I, was able to help in that capacity. But shout out for you for taking the initiative to learn about self-custody and cold wallets and actually doing it. Props to you. Jay says, bro, I watched your video earlier this week and I bought my ring the day before the 25% off ring code drop. So effed. I mean, that's just how sales work. I don't know what to tell you. That's just how life goes, man. Hopefully you use at least use the CYBERSCRILLA code to get the 10% off. Do cold wallets support gold-backed cryptos like PaxG? I believe so. Some of them do. I can check if Tangem does real quick. Let me see. I know they just started supporting RLUSD. Oh, PaxG. So yeah, Tangem supports PaxG, Pax Gold on Ethereum, Solana, and BNB Smart Chain. So yeah, if you want a wallet that supports PaxG, then Tangem is it. Trey Gittig says, I can't figure out how to transfer my assets from Coinbase onto Tangem. Trey, it's super easy. I recommend typing on YouTube how to transfer crypto to Tangem wallet. My video will pop up, and I believe in that video, I show exactly how to do that. I think I use Coinbase as the example. So just go follow that video. Julie says, I bought some XRP on Kraken and it won't let me send it for 7 days. Is that typical? It is typical, usually only for your first transaction. For example, when I first set up my Kraken account, the 7-day hold was only for my first transaction. I've never had to deal with it since. But if this isn't your first transaction, then yeah, like 7 days is pretty typical. Trey says, are you on Messenger? I need help. Nope, I don't offer like one-on-one consulting or anything. If you want help, just go to my YouTube channel and drop a comment on a video. That's the best place you can reach me. Blee says, bought Tangem and figured out configuration of seed phrase. Even stamped the thing. But exchange is holding my Bitcoin hostage. Don't trust PayPal. PayPal is an a-hole. Thanks for sharing that, Blee, because it's true. That's exactly why you want to get your crypto into cold wallets as fast as possible. As fast as possible. And it's funny because I actually talked about this in the last video that I published last week. It's the 5 levels of crypto security. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go watch it. But level 1 is using something like PayPal. It's the least secure level to be at. So this is a perfect example. Tiki Pod says, I emailed you as well and was just wondering, have you seen any problems with the Flex and the OS update as soon as you install it? Can't get past it. I was wondering if you've heard of this before. I haven't heard of that issue. Besides from you, I haven't heard of that issue and I haven't experienced it myself. I would say if you're trying to update it on mobile, I would say try connecting to your computer and update there. That would probably do it. Larry says 100 million Satoshi equal 1 Bitcoin. That's why there's 8 zeros behind. That makes sense. And yeah, until again, Satoshis are a measurement of Bitcoin. Brian says, just join the chat. My question, planning on exit strategy for when crypto peaks a cycle. What's the difference between DCA out and laddering exit strategy? I would recommend, Brian, if you haven't, type in crypto exit strategy on YouTube and watch my video. I break down those different strategies and give you different options for cashing out. That's my recommendation. HV800 says, can you use same set of cards on 2 different wallet accounts? Can you use the same set of cards on 2 different? No, you can't. If you have 1 set of cards, that's 1 wallet. Gus says, are you going to token 4090? Is that the one in Miami? Let me check. I don't know what that is. So I'm going to say no. Trey says, can you add the ring after you set up the cards at different times? No, not really. The only way that would work is if your current Tangem wallet is set up with a seed phrase. When you get the ring, you would just go to settings, tap add new wallet. And instead of creating a new wallet, you would just import the recovery phrase. And that would essentially allow you to connect it to your current wallet. It'll be different sets in the app, but it'll control the same crypto. So that's the workaround there. What's the biggest advantage that Tangem has over Ballet or Ballot? I know I've seen this wallet. So the Ballet or Ballot wallet, yeah, they're completely different wallets. Completely different wallets. But let's see. Yeah, the Ballet wallet is not a wallet I would ever use. It comes with the passphrase basically on the wallet and you scratch it off. I would not trust that. Also, it only supports 1,000 coins and NFTs, whereas Tangem supports tens of thousands of coins across 80 different blockchain networks. Ballet is also more expensive. Yeah, that wallet just is like, ugh, not one that I would use. It basically comes with the key already generated. It looks like big no. Whereas with Tangem, you generate your own secure key. Bank Secrecy Act, currency transaction report to report cash transactions over 10K. I guess, but I don't know. That doesn't really mean anything. If you're just sending cash into your bank account from an exchange over 10K, there's nothing that you have to fill out or anything. Could tell you that. Carrie Cod Gaming says, hey, Skrilla, can you assist? I've tried Balance and Base and Kraken doesn't work in Bahamas. You know of an option that can be used to withdraw crypto to cash directly to your bank account? I don't know. I'm assuming you've tried. It looks like Gemini. Looks like Gemini is available in Bahamas, so you might try that one. Yeah, search Gemini crypto exchange and see if that'll work for you. Blee says, "I wish I would have found you sooner." Well, hey, at least you're here now, right? So happy to have you here. Do. Powell says, "Inform the bank before you send the money." You could. Um, I was told that's not necessary to do, but if you want to be extra cautious, you could. Gus says 2049 Singapore. Nope, I'm not going to that. Gus has one last thing. Do you not recommend Ledger now? Also because it's not open source. First off, I do recommend Ledger. It's one of my favorite wallet brands. I own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I own 6 Ledger wallets. And also, I don't know where you get the idea that Ledger isn't open source. Ledger is 95% open source. You can literally do a Google search and there's an entire article about what is open source on Ledger. Again, 95% open source. Ledger, Tangem, Trezor, OneKey, those are like my favorite wallets. Trey says, "Do you know of any cryptocurrency gatherings or conferences coming up on the East Coast? I live in Georgia." Yes, there is one November in Miami that I might go to. Let me see. Let me see what it is. Let's see. What was it? It's called the Futurist Conference in Miami. Futurist Conference. Let's see what we got. It's the Blockchain Futurist Conference in Miami. That's November 5th and 6th. So that might be one you might want to look into. CM, will you do a setup video for Tangem based on the deals in the description? CM, I already have a setup video on Tangem. Just type in how to set up Tangem wallet on YouTube. I have an entire guide on how to set it up. Also, the Tangem app pretty much it walks you through everything you need to do once you get the wallet. You can even download the app now before you even buy the wallet. But yeah, if you want a setup video, I have. If you look up, Tangem wallet setup, my video, watch that one. Also, if you type in Tangem wallet ring review, I believe I set up the ring in that video. It's the exact same process. They work exactly the same. So, Night Creature says, "Can the Tangem ring cards be used as a YubiKey as some of the Ledger project products?" No, it can't. Tangem is specific to just securing your crypto. Likage man, you the greatest. I appreciate you for saying that. But wow, I didn't know we've already been going on this live stream for 2.5 hours. Time flies. So I appreciate all the great questions. And again, 25% off the Tangem ring right now, or 20% off limited edition cards. Links and how those deals work are in the description of this live stream, so make sure to check those out. I forgot to mention the ring. The 25% off is only good until September 29th, and then the discount on the limited edition cards are while supplies last. So yeah, CM, I'll answer this one last question. Can you add the ring to an existing wallet, or is it a new wallet? You can add the ring to an existing Tangem wallet if you have your current Tangem wallet set up as a seed phrase. All you would do when you get the ring, which comes with 2 cards, by the way, is you just tap the settings, you tap add new wallet, and then you select other options, and then tap import seed phrase, and then you just import your seed phrase or enter your seed phrase from your current Tangem wallet, and yeah, it'll be the same wallet. So that would be the only exception to that. But yeah, I appreciate everyone for joining the live stream today. Hope you all have a great week. God bless, and peace out.